You don't need much to make beautiful cupcake designs. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do 12 super easy designs with only 2 colors and 4 piping tips. I'm Susan, and you're watching Weekend Cupcakes. So the 4 piping tips I'll be using are from Wilton's Cupcake Decorating Set. We have the 2D, which is a closed star tip, the 1M, an open star tip, the 4B, which is also an open star tip, but with lots of tiny spikes, also known as a French tip, and finally the 2A, which is a round tip. The colors we're using are the Chef Master Turquoise and the Chef Master White. I separated my buttercream into 2 bowls. I colored the first bowl of frosting a very dark turquoise and the second bowl with the white. I then took some of the turquoise frosting and mixed it with a small amount of white frosting to make a medium dark turquoise. Finally, I took some of the white frosting and added a small amount of turquoise frosting to make a light turquoise. So, using just 2 colors, I have a dark turquoise, 2 lighter tints, and the white, which we'll use to create 12 different monochromatic cupcake designs. As you will see, with only a handful of basic piping techniques and a bit of imagination, you'll soon be able to make dozens of original cupcakes. All right, my bags each have a piping tip, and I've filled them with frosting. The 1M has the dark turquoise, the 2D has the medium dark turquoise, the 4B has the light turquoise, and the 2A has the white frosting. In order to help control the frosting consistency without having to take the bags in and out of the fridge, I have an ice pack on the counter. Just make sure it's not completely frozen. Otherwise, the frosting will get way too hard. As always, I'm crumb coating my frozen cupcake before I start piping on it. I'm using uncolored buttercream for the crumb coat, but you can lightly color it if you want. The crumb coat not only seals in the freshness, but it also provides a barrier in case you make a mistake. In this example, we filmed a second take reusing the cupcake from take 1. We even reused the frosting that we removed since it was crumb-free. Now that everything is ready, let's jump right in with our first cupcake design. Starting with the 2A piping tip with the white frosting, we'll do 4 shells around the cupcake. Place your tip at a 90-degree angle at the edge of the cupcake. Squeeze, let the frosting connect, lift up, and tilt your bag to a 45-degree angle. Then bring the tip back down towards the center while releasing the pressure. Turn the cupcake and repeat. Next, we'll take the 4B with the light turquoise and put shells in between the white ones. Again, place the tip at a 90-degree angle. Squeeze, lift up, and tilt the bag to a 45-degree angle. Then bring the tip back down towards the center as you release the pressure. It's okay if the turquoise goes slightly over the white. Now we'll use the 1M with the dark turquoise and place a rosette in the center. Hold the tip slightly above the center at a 90-degree angle. Squeeze, let the frosting balloon out, slightly lift your tip, move to the side, and wrap around the center. When you come back to the starting point, release the pressure and pull very gently. Here, let me tuck that in. All right, there's our first cupcake. Cupcake number 2. For this next cupcake, we'll start by making 3 shells with the 1M. So, we'll use the same technique as before. Place your tip at a 90-degree angle at the edge of the cupcake. Squeeze, let the frosting stick, lift up, tilt your bag to a 45-degree angle, and bring it back down towards the center as you gradually stop squeezing. Repeat this for 1 more shell so that we'll have 3 shells right beside each other. Now, with the 2A and the white frosting, place 3 shells next to the dark turquoise. Different tip, same technique. Okay, that looks very nice. On the other side, use the 4B with the light turquoise to place some stars. Hold the tip on the edge of the cupcake, squeeze, let the frosting balloon out, stop squeezing, and pull away. Let's do a second row here. Okay, just like that. Now, using the 2D with the medium turquoise, we'll do a rosette in the center. Hold the tip above the center at a 90-degree angle. Squeeze, let the frosting balloon out, lift up, move to the side, and wrap around. When you get back to the starting point, stop squeezing and pull away. Let me tuck that in. Oh no, some turquoise got on that shell. Let me wipe that away. Okay, there we go. Well, I'm not too happy with that rosette. You know what? I'm going to put the cupcake in the fridge for 10 minutes to harden the frosting, and then I'll see if I can pop that rosette right off and do another one. Okay, the cupcake is out of the fridge. Let's try to remove the rosette. Well, that was easy. Since no other colors stuck to the rosette, we can reuse this frosting. So don't worry if you make a mistake. I think I got all the little pieces. All right, let's try again. I'm going to test the frosting first. Okay, that's soft enough. This time, I'll try to start right in the center, move up and to the side, and I'll take my time to wrap the rosette around. Oh, yes, that's much better. Here's cupcake number 2. Cupcake number 3. For cupcake number 3, we're going to make a rope border with the 4B and the light turquoise. Start with your tip at a 90-degree angle. Squeeze, then bring the tip down to a 45-degree angle. From there, turn the tip while you move along the edge of the cupcake in a straight line. This is how you'll get that curly rope effect. When you get to the end, stop squeezing and pull away towards the center of the cupcake. Next, we'll use the 2A and the white to do some shells along the center. Finally, with the 1M and dark turquoise, do a second rope border to cover the rest of the cupcake. And boom! Just like that, you have another super easy yet fancy-looking cupcake. Moving right along with cupcake number 4, let's do 2 rosettes with the 4B and the light turquoise. So, same technique as the rosettes we made earlier. Hold the tip at a 90-degree angle. Squeeze, let the frosting balloon out. Go up slightly, move to the side, and wrap around. Next, using the 1M with the dark turquoise, we'll do some stars. In the same way we did the stars with the French tip, hold the piping bag straight up, squeeze, let the frosting balloon out, stop squeezing, and pull away. Let's fill about a quarter of the cupcake with this color, and we'll do the rest with the 2D and the medium turquoise. While I'm doing this, go ahead and hit the like button if you're enjoying this video. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more videos like this one, where we talk about different piping tips and techniques, or if you'd prefer more buttercream flower tutorials. Also, make sure you've subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on any of my videos, whatever they may be. All right, we have our stars. To finish off, I think I'll put a white point on the other side. To get a nice point, I'll test my frosting first to make sure it's soft enough. Now, we simply squeeze and pull away. And there you have cupcake number 4. It kinda looks like a cartoon bird with spiky hair. Cupcake number 5. Our next design is going to have a swirly backwards S. Using the 4B with the light frosting, place your tip near the edge, squeeze, and wrap it around. Then go down and across the cupcake and finish with another swirl. Stop squeezing and pull away. Using the 1M with the dark turquoise, let's place some stars on either side. Lastly, we'll put some dots in the remaining spaces with the 2A and the white frosting. Oops. Let's see if I can scrunch that one down a little. There. There we go. That's what happens when you keep squeezing while you pull away, but it all worked out. Anyway, there's our 5th design. Cupcake number 6. With the 4B and the light turquoise, we'll do some ribbons, which are basically shells that crisscross. We'll start with one shell, just like that, and then a second shell in the opposite direction. Just keep doing this so that the shells crisscross along one side of the cupcake. Then turn the cupcake around and start a second row of ribbons. Next, we'll use the 1M with the dark turquoise. Place your tip against the ribbons. Squeeze as if to do a star, but lift your tip and wave it towards the edge of the cupcake. Let's do a second one. Okay, I think that looks pretty cool. Let's fill those gaps with some white dots. Just squeeze, let the frosting balloon out, stop squeezing, and do a circular motion to come off. And in the blink of an eye, we've already decorated half a dozen cupcakes. Cupcake number 7. Using the 4B with the light turquoise, place some shells along the edge of the cupcake. So, again, we're not reinventing the wheel here. Same technique, different design. Next, we'll place a rosette in the center of the cupcake using the 1M tip with the dark turquoise. Once again, we'll fill the remaining spaces with some white dots. My frosting feels a bit stiff, but I'll try to make some points and see what happens. Oops! Well, so much for that. Let's just do some circles like we did before. Not too bad. There's our 7th cupcake. For cupcake number 8, I've refilled my bag because I was getting low on the light turquoise. Let's do some stars all around the cupcake with the 4B. Hold your tip at a 90-degree angle, squeeze, let the frosting balloon out a little, stop squeezing, and pull away. I also refilled the bag of dark turquoise. I had the bag on the ice pack, so I'm just going to test the frosting to make sure it's soft enough. Okay, that'll work. All that's left to do for this one is placing a rosette in the center of the cupcake with the 1M. And there you have another quick and simple design. So that takes us to cupcake number 9, which has one of the most popular frosting designs out there. We're going to do a big rosette. Let me just test the frosting to make sure it's soft enough. Okay, that's good. Hold the tip slightly above the center at a 90-degree angle. Squeeze, let the frosting balloon out, slightly lift up your tip, move to the side, and wrap around the center. Continue working your way around and out towards the edge of the cupcake. When you come to the very edge, stop squeezing and pull away. Beautiful! Let's finish it off with the 2A and the white frosting. We'll squeeze 2 little spikes where the rosette ends, so it'll kinda look like 2 leaves. The frosting is really soft now, so this is working out great. I present to you the very elegant cupcake number 9. Cupcake number 10. Using the 4B with the light turquoise, I'm going to pipe 2 rosettes on the cupcake. Let me just test the frosting to make sure it's a good consistency. Okay, so we're using the same technique as before when piping the rosettes. Here's our first one. And let's do another one right beside it. All right. Next, we'll take the 2D with the medium turquoise. Let's test it first. All right, very good. We'll start at the edge of the cupcake. Squeeze and do a zigzag motion across the cupcake. I find this 2D zigzag really pretty. It looks like a bunch of ribbons, and yet it only took a few seconds to make. We'll finish with the dark turquoise and place a big 1M star between the 2 rosettes. Let's test it too. Okay, it's good. All we need is one big squeeze, and you can give it a twist at the end if you want. Then pull away and voila! Another funny-looking bird. Cupcake number 11. For this cupcake, we'll start by doing a small rosette with the 2D and the medium turquoise on one side. Next, using the 4B with the light turquoise, we'll do some ribbons in the remaining space around the rosette. Start on one side of the rosette with one shell. Then pipe the next shell in the opposite direction. Just keep doing this until you have a crisscrossing pattern all around the rosette. And our 11th design is done. Cupcake number 12. For this last cupcake, we'll be using the 1M with the dark turquoise. In the same way as our previous design, we'll pipe a ribbon along one side of the cupcake. Just like before, start with one shell and then place your tip on the edge of the frosting and pipe a second shell in the opposite direction. Repeat this crisscrossing pattern along one side of the cupcake. And as our final act of the day, we'll use the 2D with the medium turquoise and do a beautiful zigzag along the other side. Let me tuck that in a bit. And bam! Here is our 12th and final masterpiece. I hope this video has inspired you to start experimenting with different colors, piping tips, and techniques. And once you're ready to dive into something a bit more challenging, check out this next video for more fantastic cupcake decorating ideas. Thanks for watching and happy baking!